G'day and welcome back to Torment Thursdays. Last time round we got ourselves killed. That's right, we managed to go to this Imbitu fella. Well, that's not true. We went to the anechoic lazaret and then we died. And this guy ate us later on. Things happened. You can see that Alagon here has effectively lost some edge. We're fully refreshed because, I guess death is the big sleep. You get a nap, you get restored, you get refreshed. But your companions are not so lucky. That said, there's no explanation for how we ended up going from the anechoic lazaret back to the place at which you wake up. I guess shit happens, as the saying goes. So we're back here. And we've got our stitcher that we can deal with, and we can look at these stitches. What happens if we talk to Chkekt? Is there anything new here? Chkekt regards you silently, then begins its pantomime. The scent of tunnel grubs and sharp metal fills the air. So if we had tidal affinity, we could learn. But I don't think we're going to get anything. What you want? I want stuff and things, man. Okay, so we got a few options. Let's see if we go to the map. Right, so right now we could head to Government Square, we could go and chat more with the Dendro her, we could go to Circus Minor, or we could go to Cliff's Edge. We haven't been to Cliff's Edge this playthrough, and I think I heard something about a thing at Cliff's Edge. So it may have been a thing that I kind of missed the first time round. And let's have a look around there. So the Cliff's Edge is the poorest portion of Sega's Cliffs. Because if you're not going to the slums, then you're not doing your fantasy right, I guess. This is where this is right at the very edge of the cliffs, and they're running into problems where it's not a very stable region, so things fall. And so we're dealing with, like, broken houses. Ooh, that's pretty neat. Pistons and pipes. Cool. That's probably not helping. So let's have a look around here. I'm going to avoid talking to people as much as possible because it means I don't have to read as much. That's a pretty cool piece of art, which, as I recall, had some cool stuff on it. These three triangles float serenely above a scuffed stone basin. You can't help noticing that the citizens of Segas are giving this monument a wide berth. The largest triangle shines brightly, radiating a soothing warmth. The middle, darker one hovers above it, turns slightly away from the first with what strikes you as disdain. The third is small, dryly amused, and so deeply indigo as to be nearly black. It's removed from the first two triangles. You hesitate. You are sensing emotions from these objects. Intent. Something is strange here. So let's have a look-see. Let's have a look at the basin. The stone is cracked in places, but far newer than the ancient shapes that float above it. You suspect the citizens of Segas added the basin to make the triangles look slightly less out of place. Let's have a look at the big triangle. You reach out and time slows. Your hand drifts past individual motes of light dappled dust, moving into the warm glow of the large triangle. Calm warmth bleeds up your arm when you grasp the edge of the triangle. It's somehow rigid and flexible at the same time. You blink, swaying. In the half-second before you open your eyes, you hear the thunderous crack of wood on wood and the rumble of distant voices. You snatch your hand from the triangle. Let's try the large one again. What happens? Soothing warmth creeps up your forearm. You find it hard to focus on the questions that trouble you. Medium. Staring at this triangle is disorienting. The longer you stare at it, the more you feel a tight coiling sensation in your own head. Standing on your toes and stretching, you manage to brush the triangle's icy face with your finger. The air thickens like a weight over you, and you struggle to keep your eyes open. Between the thumping of your heartbeat, you hear the thousands of purposeful, rhythmic footsteps treading endless stairs towards the peak of a vast, echoing room. Okay, and if we touch it again? It spins, seeming to pull your thoughts along with it. Now the smallest one. The tiny object spins slightly faster than the others. The more you stare at it, the more you sense a growing presence in the air, the icy regard of distant eyes. You blink and a strip of light winds ahead of you like a path through infinite murmuring dark. Behind you is an ever-shifting zoetrope of linked, motionless hues. It's your past, you realize. Every second of it, every choice pouring out of you and trailing into the black. You open your eyes and you're back at the stone ring, still touching the triangle, all three of them watching you. You blink again. The strip of light, the surrounding darkness, and in the valley between the slow pulsing of your heart, you hear the murmurs of countless witnesses, the raised voices of your past and future companions, the heated condemnations of enemies you haven't met yet, and above it all, a trio of voices, one warm, one cold, and one dryly practical. They're speaking a verdict, but you can't hear them over the din. Let's shout for silence so you can hear the judges. You bellow into the dark, clenching your fists, and the crowd instantly falls silent. So do the judges. In the echoing silence that follows, you realize you're alone. You always were. You stride on. The path unravels before you every step. Your past unspools behind you. Let's stay on the path to see where it leads. You follow the road casually. You look to the right, and the path at your feet flickers, as if anticipating a new direction. Clearly, your choice is to find this road's course, not the other way around. You open your eyes. The three triangles hang in the air exactly as they did before, unmoving and silent. The vision is gone, and yet you still feel the choices you've made, curving away behind you like a string of jewels. You straighten, moving into the future, breath by breath. And now, you just suddenly notice a message, carved into the stone ring beneath the triangles. Judge yourself. As you watch, it slowly fades away. And if we try to touch it again, it spins on, and this time the presence you sensed is gone. So, there's things we can talk to. We can talk to this martial artist, we can talk to this levy, like, there are definitely some interesting side quests. There's this place here, which basically offers free surgery. Well, not free, expensive surgery, actually. There's someone who wants to chat to us about the levy impact. And there's this collapsed house. Let's deal with this collapsed house. It's simple. This house was reduced to rubble when a part of the cliff face collapsed. There's evidence that the squatters have slept here recently. A ragged blanket, rotted fruit peelings, and footprints in the dust itself. Something scratches deep within the rubble. It sounds like someone or something is in there. Hello? The rubble makes no response. Dig deeper into it. You crawl part way inside, pushing aside boards and a thin slab of slate. The small girl gasps, throwing up a hand to block the sudden light. She's tiny, no more than 10 or 11 years old. She's made herself as small as possible to fit inside the tiny cap in the rubble. Her hair is dark and curly. She pulls herself deeper into the rubble, away from you. Come on out. I won't hurt you. She shakes her head vigorously, trying to shoo you away. You hear a voice behind you. Told you patience would pay off, lads. Some thugs stroll over. They all carry weapons at their sides. They walk with the cocky assurance of those who don't expect to need them. I swear I checked this hovel, says one of them. She wasn't here. No one was. How did this draft find her so easily? He gestures dismissively in your direction. Don't fret it, beggar. The thug looks you up and down and then calls out in the direction of the rubble. Come on, little bird. Doesn't matter how good you are at hiding. You had to come out sometime. Okay, that's not actually what I expected. The girl huddles behind you, keeping you between her and the thugs. Even though it's obvious she's not so sure about you either. Don't let him take me, please. Do you know this girl? Of course we do. Little urchin ran away from her home. Her mother asked us to find her and bring her back safely. Yeah, that's totally believable. You don't really sound like concerned friends. We're like thugs. Here now. We're like family to her. Oh, she grabs her wrist. The Batman, they want to steal me. Kidnappers? That's just crude. We're delivery men. That's all. Mean the motivations of our employers ain't none of our business. He sighs, dropping his facade. He turns to you and looks pleads for understanding. Be it alright. There is a slaver who put a fine bounty on it if we bring her back. It's all legal and none of your business. Best just stay out of it. He says the words kindly enough, but his colleagues' hands are on their weapons. You can't take me. Her grip on your wrist tightens. She found me. She has to discover us right. He raises an eyebrow, removes. Is that so? Oh, Spiderjack, what do you say? Is she coming with us, or are we taking her from you? Doesn't matter if it's legal. Just try and take her from me. Master's grown tired of waiting for you. Let's just go with this. We're big and tough. Ah, -1 edge actually means we start off at -1. Interesting. So yeah, we'll just do this. 55% chance. Success! Haha! He narrows his eyes. Something in your demeanor sets him off. His eyes widen and he takes a step back. Fine. She ain't worth the trouble anyway. Come on, lads. Alright, Reese. You're a lucky girl. Oh, gods, thank you. They were going to take me back to that woman. I've never seen anyone so cruel. When she found me the first time, she even... My apologies. I'm still out of sorts. You have my thanks and grace, my lady. For a moment, she looks like she might hug you, but at the last moment, she seems to think better of it and pulls up a short half-dozen steps away. She collects herself, standing straight with her shoulders back, then she nods. The gesture is so polite, it's almost formal. My name is Rin. My home and hearth and bread are yours to use, except I don't have any of those things. She blushes, then looks around so self-consciously. How long were you hiding in that building? She blinks a little, as if confused or surprised at your question. Then she looks around, shifting nervously from foot to foot. This is my place. This is where I sleep. This is your home? She looks at the shattered wreckage. No, this is just where I was staying. I ran away. My home is a long way from here. Where are you from? She looks out at the horizon and makes a vague gesture. Really far away. I'm not sure which direction. She looks around a little, almost as if she were seeking a familiar landmark. It has to be a long way from here. My home isn't anything like this. There were trees upon trees. The trees here aren't trees like... The girl squints off into the distance. After a moment, her eyes go distant, and you realize she probably isn't going to finish the sentence. What's the little girl doing all alone here? She looks up at you, her forehead creasing in irritation. My name is Rin. Then she hesitates, looking down, blinking. She reaches into her pocket absentmindedly. Did I forget to tell you that? She stands there for a minute, motionless for a second, then stops and looks at you again. No, I think I did. She looks up at you. I'm sorry, she says. My name is Rin. My food and fire are yours to use before you go. Without seeming to realize what she's doing, the girl brushes her hand through her hair, and you see the side of her head has been shaved. Large stitches run across her scalp, holding together an ugly cut longer than a hand. The wound is purple and angry looking, only just beginning to heal. It can't be more than a week old. What happened to your head? Her body grows tense for a moment, her eyes darting around as if deciding whether or not to run away. She glances at the rubble where she'd hidden from the thugs. She relaxes, her eyes are still wearing. I was running away. There were some people, bad people. I ran away and got hurt. Yes. Who stitched your head back together after you got hurt? For a moment, her eyes flash with panic again, and they dart around like she's getting ready to run. Then she touches the side of her head gingerly. I don't remember what exactly happened, but I got away, and I ran, and I ended up here. Your story doesn't fit. Who fixed your wounds, shaved your head? If you could hardly sit up, how did you keep running? She scowls at you fiercely. I didn't know I was talking to a judge, she said angrily. I told you I can't remember, not for days on either side of whatever happened. She looks away, mouth pressed in a firm line. Sorry, Rin. Just trying to help. Seems like you had a rough couple of days. She gives a waving smile. Oh, it's not all that bad. I found some shivering berries today, so that means I get to play. I wonder if this will poison me later. That's always exciting. Silva! Can I chat to her again? It's not safe here. You should come to me. She looks at the tiny nook she was hiding in. Where are you going? No, but you'll save with me. Maybe she wraps her arms around herself. What know they're stuck, so what if someone else comes after me? Or after you? I'm not a fighter. I can't help you. It's dangerous whether you stay or alone or come with me. At least with me, you'll have to learn. You can learn to take care of yourself. I guess so, she says her jaw, then and nods. Alright, I'll do it. Ooh. New companion. Wow. Look at her. Ooh. Those are some low pools. So what's this? Everywhere that matters, this is a roll with a hole in it. A rock with a hole in it. It written talks to it frequently. Valen, just a regular coin, jacket, and shirt. Okay. Actually, I'm kind of curious. What does Allegan have? He has a vest, belongs to Allegan, doesn't offer much protection to arms, but it's tough and thick enough to absorb glancing blows. So it's 1 armor and gives bonus on intelligence tasks. And his coat is just a coat, but it's a leather coat that's seen long years of use, pocket lines its surface, and a lattice work of wires covers over a strange scar on the jacket's breast. Cool. And his weapon is just a mace. Fine. Yeah. And he has temp, which is a heavy crossbow. I think that some things haven't loaded properly. But hey, have a temp. Yeah, that's nothing. Ah, crap, I didn't want to do that. Really kind of wish... Oh, I really hope that... Nope, it doesn't appear on the ground. Bugger. Okay, I think it's over here that's the house I was looking for. There's so many people to talk to and so many things to do. It's really kind of neat that you've got that. Oh wow, who are they? Anyway, let's interact with this place. The salty air only partially mutes the cloud of putrid sweetness clinging to this jumble of fallen wood, stone, and iron. Until recently, this was someone's home, but the unstable ground must have caused it to collapse. So it's rubble for valuables. You shift aside broken pieces of furniture and small pieces of rubble, but you find nothing of value. After a short while, you realize what has happened. Someone's already picked over the ruins and taken the more accessible valuables. You stand back concentrating. Nothing about this pile of stone is familiar, but the view from where the door once stood, a boundless horizon falling into the sea, is. Let's do amanuensis to recover some memories. Success! Fingers of wind rake at your face. You squint into the sunlight, trying to remember. You've stood here before. You know you have, letting your thoughts untangle. The skyline tilts as you stagger as the memory engulfs you. You grip the edge of the crude banister, grimacing at the sea. The calm of the scene no longer touches you as it once did, nor, you realize, does this body. You smile at your own impatience. Your restlessness must rival the oceans themselves. A gust of salty air bears the memory away in ribbons, leaving your mind aching and dry atop the ruins of the house. Okay, that's pretty neat. Let's dig through the pile. Success! I actually probably would have used 2, but forgot. The smell intensifies as you heave aside a slab of ceiling. A swarm of startled insects spins away into the sky, revealing the body of a young woman, torn and crushed. An invisible hand rips the air from your chest and the strength from your legs. You fall, feeling a presence close around you, a heat on your back. Shut her eyes. You push the blood-matted hair out of her face with trembling fingertips and close her eyes. The heat builds against your back like a bonfire. Suddenly a cool hand covers your burning eyes. A smooth arm folds over your stomach. And just like that, the heat is gone. You whirl around, no one is there. And then we can search for rubble again and get nothing. Oh wow, no, you can keep going and you get, eventually, a Nycthemeron doll. Okay, that's kind of neat. And if we look at our stuff, that is not what I was thinking it was. That would be the doll. Cool. I remember dealing with that house, but I don't remember that kind of conclusion. Also down here is a downed airship with someone there. Interesting. There's so many people to talk to. The problem is I kind of need to come up with voices for all of them, and really that seems like a huge pain. Let's just look around the area first. So we've got a place we can't enter. Right, that is not actually a map entrance. No, likewise, this is not a map exit. Interesting. I suspect they will have a map entrance there. They probably already do. In fact, the game's content complete back in Exile side, so they shouldn't have anything left to do. And then this be another map exit. Yep, to Caravanserai. So we can talk to people and initiate some quests, or we can head to the pub. Might leave the pub for next time, so let's talk to this Finzen fella. Everything about the slender young man says thug, from his scar-slashed eyebrows to the calloused hand hovering over his hip, where a dagger would hang. But he doesn't have one. Instead, flour kicks his hand, and a single apron strings hangs from his pocket. He is apparently a baker. Stand still, you shine, he says, and peers over your shoulder. You follow his gaze to an armoured soldier that's loitering in the public square. The levy's been following me for days. Can't even stop for a piss without checking side to side. What's the levy? He's new in town. There's one right there. No, don't look. He shoots another nervous look over your shoulder. They're the law, right? You must have seen him. Always smiling, even if they're snapping the chains on. He swallows, but not this one. He follows me around from dawn to dark, staring at me, trying to trap me in an alley. I ain't done nothing wrong. And it's worse than that, he says, wringing his hands. That's my levy. Why is it worse that your levy is following you? Having a levy on your back's bad enough, right? But it was made from a year of your life. He knows where you bed down, what you're thinking. He groans, rubbing his eyes. That's worse. That's so much worse. Look, you won't leave me alone, right? I gave a year of my life to make him, and I thought that was that. I catch him standing in the street outside the bakery, whispering to himself, playing with that carving of his. His teeth graze his lip as he leans closer. He even tried to talk to me. Levies ain't supposed to know where they came from, right? They ain't supposed to know who you are. He wavers, gathering his courage. Could you talk to him? Find out what he wants. Can't you talk to him yourself? Vincent swallows hard. I've heard stories. The levies go wrong sometimes. Get obsessed with the person who gave him life. If the two ever meet, the levy goes mad, tears them apart. They ain't gonna happen to me, not after all I've been through. Alright, I'll talk to you, levy. He nods again toward the armoured man who's standing a distance away, in the public square. He's the only levy in the district. You can't miss him. Plus, he ain't smelling well like the others. He's holding some charred wooden thing in his hands. How did they create your levy? I look like a scholar to you. All I know is when they told me to stand. His eyes roll past your face and snap back. Look, people who want to be, respectable in this town, they become citizens. The way you do that is you step into this glass chamber. It takes a year of life, they say. Figure squeezes that year in a human shape. Don't know how. Wouldn't pay 2 shims to know how. And what is normal behavior for a levy? There. He hesitates, raising his hands as if he's trying to contain his response before he lets it escape his mouth. They work for the people who make the laws, right? So, if someone breaks those laws, they track him down. Always smiling, mind you. Biggest that my levy be the unhappy kind. don't understand why you think your levy wants to murder you. Look, he begins, obviously struggling to frame his explanation. Look, he says, try it again. Look, you don't track a man down for days and days unless you want something, yeah? Maybe you like his shoes, or you're curious about how many shins he's got. Now, I don't have any shins, and my shoes are older than me. Only thing I got that's worth anything is in my head. Anyway, I told you about the stories I heard, how sometimes levies go wrong. He showed us. You should take a look at that levy. Everything about him is wrong. Okay, what else can we do? We can look at these drones. Here's another one of the machines that we can't deal with. Nope. Yep. The small mechanical chirurgeon is roughly the size of your head. At the end of one of its arms, a trio of slender, razor-sharp blades flick at the air. It's not clear whether it's trying to sense you or warning you to keep your distance. Let's have a look-see, eh? Drone buzzes warningly you as you lean in for a closer look. The retractable blades leap to your attention. A tiny shaft of light graces the edge of one, and they taste the air like tiny tongues. But you notice a panel beneath the blades, fluttering like an insect's wing. Beneath you glimpse a row of sawtooth injectors. Seen these before, Alligator mutters. He reaches the back of the drone and it slashes at him with an outraged hiss. Her companion dips below the blurring blade and pokes an innocuous patch on the thing's plating. A hidden panel opens, filling the air with an incomprehensible babble of high-pitched voices. So what you got here is a sleeping pain, he says, leaning casually out of the way of another drone's furious swipes. A friend of mine had a bunch of wild theories about him. Shame he still had him on his head, but one of those things chopped it off. He whirs at his throat, hacking and thrusting. He ducks. Only thing he did manage to tell me is they forget all about you if you don't touch them for 10 seconds. The drone pulses in the air, cocking to one side. Then the hatch slaps shut, silencing the babble of voices. There. See? Okay. Interesting. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna call it slightly early tonight because I'm now really tired for some reason. I mean, doing voice work definitely takes it out of you, but not that much normally. So, until next time, have a great day, and I will see you in the pub. Bye.